Much needed fuel and fodder have finally been flown to struggling farmers in the state's northwest. Feed is now available for 35,000 cattle, but AgForce says much more is needed.
A recovery effort like this takes an army. Barrels of fuel bound for our farmers out west. This is the grim reality of what graziers are facing.
We're basically taking fuel bladders and any other supplies they need to them so that they can then fuel up their helicopters.
For some, it's too little, too late.
We know there are hundreds of thousands of dead animals. We know there are communities struggling to cope with that.
Two C17 Spartans will now be based out west indefinitely. A C-17 also arrived with much-needed supplies in Mount Isa this afternoon, an essential lifeline that was promised by the federal government days ago.
So we've got livestock that are dying in need of feed, and yet we've got a plane full of fodder sitting on the tarmac.
All levels of government are trying to determine who needs supplies most and fly it in as quickly as possible.
There were some issues in relation to not having that level of coordination, which would have seen a lot of waste.
And some of those animals had been standing in mud and on small outcrops for up to 7 days. The need was urgent.
A dozen helicopters have now distributed hay around Richmond. Drops will also be made in Cloncurry over the next 24 hours. The state's agriculture minister flew in today to see firsthand what farmers are dealing with.
People have to see what we're going through because this is an extraordinary event. It's going to need an extraordinary response.
AgForce says 119,000 cattle are still waiting for feed. Brittany Klein, ABC News.